The world knows Bradley Walsh as the man who can make anyone laugh. The quick-witted host of The Chase, the cheerful storyteller, the man with a grin that lights up British television. But behind the scenes, in the quiet walls of a hospital room, laughter had fallen silent. His wife, Donna, sat motionless in a chair, her trembling hands clutching a crumpled tissue as doctors delivered the news she never wanted to hear. For weeks, Bradley had brushed off the signs. A bit of fatigue here, a dull ache there. Nothing serious, he thought. Just getting older, he'd joke, waving off Donna's worries with his usual charm. But when he fainted briefly during rehearsals, the crew insisted he get checked out. What started as a precaution turned into a day that would change everything. Donna had been by his side when the doctors entered the room, their expressions careful, their tone measured. Every word after "we found something concerning" seemed to blur into noise. Her heart pounded in her chest as she struggled to process their words. Tests, scans, further evaluation, all clinical, all cold, all terrifying. As the doctors left, Donna felt her world tilt. She turned to Bradley, who sat quietly, his usual spark dimmed, but his eyes calm. "Hey," he said softly, reaching for her hand. "Don't cry, love. We'll get through this." That single sentence broke her. Tears she'd been holding back for hours finally spilled down her cheeks. "I can't lose you, Brad. I can't." He pulled her close, holding her tightly. "You're not going to," he murmured. "I've got too many jokes left to tell, remember?" But even his humor, the shield he'd always used to protect others, couldn't hide the fear in his voice. Back home that night, Donna moved through the house like a ghost. Every photo, every memory on the walls seemed to whisper his name. The laughter from their chase bloopers, the echoes of family dinners, the quiet nights on the sofa, all of it felt fragile, suddenly hanging by a thread. She made him tea, the way she always did, 2 sugars, just the way he liked. Bradley sat at the kitchen table, staring at the steam rising from the cup. "Funny, isn't it?" he said quietly. "You spend your whole life running around, working, worrying, and then suddenly all that matters is sitting here with you." Donna smiled faintly through her tears. "You always did know how to make a moment sound beautiful." In the following days, the news spread quietly among their close friends and colleagues. Everyone was shocked. Bradley had always seemed unstoppable. Messages poured in from ITV staff, old friends, and fans who had watched him for decades. "Stay strong, Brad. You've got the whole country behind you." Donna found strength in those words. She became his rock, organizing appointments, managing the silence between them, and holding his hand through sleepless nights. But the tears never fully stopped. Sometimes she'd wake up in the middle of the night and just watch him breathe, afraid that one day the rhythm might falter. Bradley, ever the optimist, refused to let fear win. "We'll fight this," he told her again and again. "Whatever it is, we'll face it together." And together, they did, through every scan, every sleepless night, every uncertain morning. One evening, as they sat watching the sunset from their garden, Bradley turned to her and smiled. "You know," he said, "if I had to live my life all over again, I'd still choose you. Every single time." Donna's tears returned, but this time they weren't just from pain. They were from love. Fierce, unbreakable love. She leaned against him, her head on his shoulder, whispering, "And I'd still choose you, even in the hardest moments." The road ahead remained uncertain, but one thing was clear. Whatever the doctors had said, whatever challenges lay ahead, Bradley and Donna would face it hand in hand. Their story wasn't of tragedy. It was of devotion, strength, and the kind of love that shines brightest when the world goes dark.